Hello, everyone. We are the Gratitude Girls.
The gratitude girls are in the house. Hi, Laurie. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am wonderful. I love our topic tonight. I'll introduce myself to anyone who's watching us for the first time. Welcome to the Gratitude Girls live coaching and training. My name is Catherine Asaro Myers, affectionately known as RaRa. And the reason for that is that we have 7 grandchildren. So that is my grandma name, but it is also my branded name. So if you're wondering, where did that name come from? What is the origin? It is the origin of having a big family. So thank you so much. And I'm broadcasting to you live tonight from beautiful Niagara on the Lake, Ontario, Canada. I'm here with my amazing partner, Laurie. I'll let you introduce yourself.
I am Laurie Delcradecki, and I am outside Nashville, Tennessee. And it was absolutely beautiful today here. We walked to the pool and took the grandbaby swimming and walked back home, and it was so pretty out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. Happy Canada Day. I'm in Canada. So to all of our Canadian friends and clients and customers and associates, we're celebrating. And I've celebrated 4th of July most of my life because I'm from New York, but I do celebrate both. So happy Canada Day. It is a special day, and 4th of July is coming up. So we're going to talk to you for about 5 or 6 minutes tonight on, are you commitment phobic? Now, Lori, I've been married 5 times, so the answer must be no. But we're not necessarily talking about marriage. In terms of a commitment, there are many different ways we can look at that. Some people are just afraid of making that commitment to something. So I'd like to list what some commitments would be. So one could be marriage in a personal relationship. The other could be in a business relationship. For sure, it could be in a coaching relationship. Because if you're commitment phobic and you back out and you quit, and you say, I'm not commitment phobic, but I quit, we're going to talk about that. So you could have a commitment to your husband, to your spouse, to your coach. You could make a commitment to a company. You could make a subscription, and that could be a commitment. Or you could make a commitment to a friend for accountability. Let's list a few more. Do you have any off the top of your head?
Yeah, well, you could have, you mentioned the business commitment. So, like, we've done this since 2013. We've made a commitment every single week we're together, and once a month we're together on another thing, and then other ways also. But in your business, you could have a commitment on auto ship for product or services. You can have a commitment to your team to show up for team meetings, especially if you're leading a team, or even if you're on a team, have that commitment to be on your leaders' calls or team calls. Let's see, you could have a commitment to reach whatever goal you're trying to reach to yourself, whether it's personal goal, health goal, in your business goal, you're going to get to that next level, you're going to win the Cancun trip, you're going to whatever you're going to reach for, right? You write down those goals and you set those goals. We have a personal goal that we're going to put in a pool before next year, but we have some things that we've told ourselves that's going to happen before we allow us to do that. So that's a commitment of us reaching that before we get our prize.
Right. So the phobia would be that you're not, it's got your thumbs up, right? The phobia would be, we're on Mac, so we can do a little Mac show for you. The phobia is we're not going to do it. We're going to stay away from it. We're not going to join that team. We're not going to hire, work with, stay with that coach. We're going to back out. We're going to find a reason not to. We're going to get a divorce. We're going to leave the relationship. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't feel loved enough. I don't feel I can give enough love. I didn't have love before. I was hurt. I'm not good enough. Or, gee, I didn't make enough money. So these are phobias. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute to think about that. Because if you're not going into it and you have all these excuses, this big long laundry list, I'm not going to go to my yoga studio because I don't like the way I look at my clothes. Everybody else is going to do better than me. I can't hold the pose. The first thing our yoga instructor says is, this is your practice. You can lie on the mat the whole time. You do whatever you want. So think about this. Think about what a phobia is. Think about if you are one of those people. And if you are, and it's stopping you from doing something, or you quit, or you don't even start because you just can't go there. I'm afraid of spiders. So therefore, I don't play with spiders once in a while. And then sometimes I do. I don't like spiders, period. I have intellectually learned to deal with them. I still do not like them. Is it a phobia? I stopped screaming because I'm getting of the age where I look a little silly. I really don't like them. But the other day in my yoga studio, there was someone who was petrified, phobic about a bug. And there were 26 women in the class. And I looked at her and she looked at me and I said, "What's the matter?" It's a live class, the camera's running. And she said, "I'm afraid of the bug." And I thought, you can't be any more afraid of bugs than me. But she was shaking. So I waited a few minutes and I saw her completely going in the corner. And I said, "What bug?" And she said, "That big spider." So I'm in a class with 2 5-pound dumbbells. And here's what my brain told me in the middle of a booty bar class. She's afraid. I have a 5-pound dumbbell. She looks very upset. I went over to it. And in the middle of class, I did do what some people wouldn't do, but I squashed it. Now, she was clearly bug phobic. I am clearly not. I didn't like what was on the end of my dumbbell. And she said how much she loved me. She hugged me. The teacher had no idea what was going on. She waited for me at the end of class. She spoke to me and said, "You saved me. You have no idea how petrified I am of spiders." That's a phobia. So if you find yourself petrified of something to the point where you are shaking in the corner and you can't do it, then that's a situation just like that girl. And I stepped in, and if she would have only known the yelling and screaming I would do when I used to see a spider. A 5-pound dumbbell was, the thing for me. So if you do this in business, right, Laurie, and your people are afraid, just think about carrying a 5-pound dumbbell and walking through it, somehow getting over it. What happens? We have a few minutes. What happens when people are phobic? When they bring those phobias to business, to personal relationships?
Yeah, a lot of times you don't move forward, right? A lot of times people can even a lot of times get like what she did, and sometimes even worse. There's people that will get where they can't walk, they can't breathe, they can't talk. And so, but you have to find ways, like Catherine did, of not screaming bloody murder anymore and actually squashing it, getting rid of it, right? And finding a way to get through it and get past it, or even just to continue on, right? So squash the bug, can continue on in the class. So the same thing, you can squash whatever your phobia or your issue or whatever you've got, and then continue on in your life or in your business or whatever you're working on.
Right, because Laurie, if we don't, and I'm just looking at, we have like another minute or two, if we don't address it, it will get the best of us. It will take over. If you're phobic about a relationship, you may be alone. Simple. If you're phobic about making a commitment, you may be very happy to be alone, and that's fine if that's what you want. But if that phobia is getting in the way of what it is that you want to do, then you may want to talk to someone about it. And you can talk to us about it, and we can help guide you and help you make some choices if you're looking at where should you go with those issues, however big or however small. So the reason why we're coming to you tonight is if you see yourself in any of these conversations that we're talking about, even the spider, the one where you completely go to the back of the room and it makes you nervous, let's talk about that, because it may show up in spill over into something else that you do. And we talked about subscriptions. Some people don't join things that are really good for them because they're afraid of it. Like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? If I do that, what does that mean? What if? So we're not going to say just do it because we don't know what the circumstances are. And sometimes you really need to observe things, but hire a professional. Speak to the gratitude girls. have somebody look at it with you. If you are phobic, maybe you're skeptic, maybe you're cynical, whatever you are, whatever that is, that's great, that's you. Talk to someone else and see if you can get a second opinion. Would that be a good idea?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially when you have someone that's not in the box with you, right? They can be outside the box and look in. They can see from a different perspective. And sometimes that's what you just need is a little bit different perspective, right? And even, you know, Catherine and I both are coaches. We still get coaching on other things too, right? Because that's it. Because nobody is proficient in every single area of their life. Like Catherine mentioned, she was in a yoga class. Why? Because the yoga teacher is better than her. And so she's there to get that coaching, right? So you do things that get with other people that can help you and can see from outside that box in to help you in whatever area it is. And so if you want to meet with us, you can send us a note at gratitudegirlscoaching@gmail.com. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/gratitudegirls. You can send us a message there. Instagram.com/gratitudegirls. Same thing there. You can send us a message there and we will get back with you and let us know what you need and what we can help you with. And we will see you next week, everyone. Hope you
Thank
enjoyed
you.
this training.
Thanks. Ciao.